king e4 and king on f8 defending. So now the key squares in this position are the c6, d6 and e6 square. And white wants to gain control on any of these three squares and occupy them by the king. And the black's purpose is to prevent white's control on any of these squares. So if we play e5, black can gain the control by playing e7 and gaining a position. Now the white king will not be able to gain control of any of these three squares, and the pawn will not be able to promote. But what white can do here is play d5. Now if the king comes to prevent the king c6, which is a key square, and now the pawn will be able to promote. Black doesn't have any move to prevent the pawn from promoting. So we get queen. Similarly, this same idea also works when we are defending against pawn promotion. For example, in this position, if you see the pawn is on the fifth rank and the key squares are on the obviously two squares ahead of the current position. So the third square, b3, c3, and d3. Now white's having this knowledge for white that these three squares are essential for black king to occupy to promote the pawn. We can defend the pawn. So again, in this position, like the previous one, the idea of king b2 doesn't work because then black will play b4 and gain the opposition. And now the white king will not be able to prevent the promotion of the pawn. But there's a concept in chess that is known as the distant opposition. It is basically the anticipation of direct opposition and play accordingly. So in this position, to gain the distant opposition, what we have to do is gain the opposition, but instead of one square between the kings, we keep odd number of squares and give the opponent the move. For example, in this position, if white plays king b1, then there are three squares between the kings and it is opponent's move. We can say that the white has gained the distant opposition. It is with the idea when black advances its king to occupy the key squares, we can gain the opposition. King b2. And even if the black king plays c4, we can again gain the direct opposition by king c2. And we can prevent the black king from occupy any of the three squares. So this is how we can use the concept of distant opposition and the key squares to promote the pawn and defend against promotion of the pawn. Thank you. See you in the next video.